Hello, welcome to the final installment of Mo Money Mondays, your February to Financial Freedom series. This is going to be reposted on IGTV and YouTube, so no stress if you miss any part of this. Today we're talking about the pain that comes with swinging between a feeling of abundance and really attuning to prosperity and feeling rich. You know, you're in your vibe, you're like, yeah, I'm aligned, everything's good, money's flowing in. It doesn't even matter if money's flowing in because I'm fine, I got everything I need. And then the opposite end of the scale, which is shit, there's never enough, I'm stressed, I don't have enough, there will never be enough, where am I going to find the money? I'm freaking out. So the question that inspired this video today came from a dear friend of mine, and every week I take questions, although this is the final video, so please DM me if you want me to do another series of Mo Money Mondays or something else. We can do a month-long topic and make this series come alive again. But she said, how do I work with this wild vacillation between a feeling of abundance and knowing I'm aligned and knowing I'm safe, and where the fuck are the clients, where's the money? This is not okay. Does anybody agree with that? Have you been on the scarcity swing before? The scarcity swing is what happens in between, where we're like, whoa, over here feels really good, and oh shit, I've fallen out of alignment and I've strayed from my center and it feels really, really scary, and fear takes over your body. So I spoke to a few of these points on Monday, but unfortunately the Instagram live did not save. So we're going to recreate that now together. How to work with the scarcity swing. Well, every time we want something, every time we, as Abraham Hicks says, shoot a rocket of desire from noticing contrast, which is that is what we don't want, so we automatically know what we do want. In this case, ooh, I want that new car. So I've sent off a rocket of desire for that new car. Ooh, I don't want to feel this sting of scarcity. Therefore, I'm shooting off the rocket of desire for more money. Every time we have a desire, there's two ends of the stick. One end is the desire, and one end is the resistance against the desire coming into form. The more desire that we have, the more we want something, especially if we're in a place of needing it, the more momentum there is backing the resistance to it manifesting into form. Therefore, the more you want something, the more energy you also have fighting up against reality to bring it into being. Yeah? So if you are kind of nonchalant about wanting something, say you have a bit of contrast and you're like, oh, I really need $2 to buy the paper. Where's the $2? Doesn't really matter that much. $2 to your brain is like, it's just a coin, it's no worries. You find them in the car, you find them in couches, easy to come by, right? So it will be less resistance against the $2 coin manifesting. So even if you don't find it right there in that moment, it might not be an instantaneous manifestation. Maybe later that day, your reticulated activating system, the part of your brain that scans for what is important in your immediate vicinity, because there is 50,000 bits of information around us at all times, yet our brains only take in a tiny fraction of that. So this part of our brain, our RAS, is what filters out all the stuff that it doesn't find important, and what you have given it instruction to look for is what it's looking for. Right? This is how we create our own reality, because reality is as it is, but it's what we're tuning to. So by shooting off this rocket of desire for looking for a $2 coin, your brain now goes, ooh, $2 coins are important. Keep your eyes open. And so perhaps later that day or in a day or two, you find a $2 coin on the side of the street or in your car or in your wallet that you forgot about. And you're like, there it is. You had a desire, $2 for the paper, and because it didn't matter that much, you weren't stressed about it, it didn't mean the end of the world, you weren't super attached to it, there was less momentum against that desire manifesting. So it was just kind of like chill. It was relaxed. It was almost neutral. Therefore, the $2 was able to come into form much more quickly and easily and effortlessly. The more you want something, say you're like, I want this launch in my business to be $10,000 and I want it so bad. And there's all of these, mental stories behind it. There's comparison. There's all the work that you've done, all the money that you've invested. Everything is backing this desire, right? You're finding it really important. So because this desire has more want and need behind it, more energy, more focus, more attention, the other end of the stick, the resistance against it coming into form, will also be as great. Which means a lot of the time when we have a stretch, or we expand ourselves into a new growth moment, our shit comes up, right? So in the launch, I'm using myself as an example right now. I just had a launch last week and it brought up all this stuff. I had conflict with my partner. I was obsessively checking my bank account. It just brought up this weird old stuff that I'm like, huh? And so all this resistance needs to be addressed, moved, and cleared, which is where emotional alchemy comes in. So the answer to this question of how do I soothe myself when vacillating between abundance and alignment with the money I want to make, and knowing I'm so taken care of, knowing that, money is everywhere, money supports me, money flows to me effortlessly, I'm so supported. And then falling off that on the scarcity swing to, oh my fucking God, where is the money? I'm stressing out, I'm freaking out, I'm in lack. And it's hard and gross. How we soothe ourselves then is, if it's feeling really big, use your emotional alchemy tools to move the energy of resistance. So when you have a desire and you want to call in more money, invest money, circulate money, attract money, and that desire takes up a lot of your attention, you're like, yeah, I want it. I'm hot for this. Fuck yeah. I'm tuned in, tapped in, turned on. And when you're in your alignment, it feels really good. It feels really fun to play with. You're like in your head making vision boards of what you'd spend it on. You're feeling like a rich bitch walking down the street. You're like, yeah, I feel good. I'm abundant. I'm so taken care of. The universe provides. But when you slip and contrast draws you out of your alignment, it feels like falling into the Grand Canyon, right? You're like, oh my God, I'm alone in this universe. This will not be okay. I will not be taken care of. I have to do it all alone. Where am I going to find the money, right? When those feelings come up, it's an opportunity to meet more of yourself. I say this in my program, Becoming. Meeting resistance is an opportunity to meet more of your true self. So instead of turning away and avoiding that resistance, use it as the energy that is in resistance to what you want coming into form, and transform it into that welcoming of what you want to bring in. Does that make sense? This is why I got this tattoo, right? We are not energy creators. Energy is always around. Energy is always here. It doesn't die. It doesn't go anywhere. It simply changes form. So with your own hands, with your own awareness, with your own presence, you are the alchemist of what energy and emotion is present in you. So to get off the scarcity swing, don't avoid or run from the fear that comes with scarcity, right? Move toward it. Bring it into your body. Oh shit, this doesn't feel good. I really don't want to feel this fear. I just want to pretend it's going to be totally fine. I just going to stuff my head full of affirmations. I'm going to listen to another podcast. I'm going to take on a rampage. I'm going to write a list of gratitudes, but I'm not going to feel any of it because I'm stuck in fear, right? Frozenness. Until we address that energy that's present, it will take over you. Who here has tried to avoid their feelings before? Whether by numbing out, running away, distracting, procrastinating, opening your phone, binging Netflix, eating food, smoking cigarettes, drinking wine, having sex. There are so many ways that you can avoid your emotions. But that energy is your key That energy is your key to unlock and make available again to be the magnet for the money that you want. Yeah, we've got a few hands up there. Me too. I'm with you. So every time you notice that resistance, the scarcity set in, when you jump on the scarcity swing and you fall out of alignment and you're like, I shouldn't have bought that thing. I shouldn't have invested in that thing. Oh my God, where's the money going to come from? I'm terrified. Our root becomes threatened, right? Our safety, our stability, our security. And this is the emotion center. So we can't go up into the head and pretend that it's all sweet and, go up, fly up into the ethers, spiritually bypass using whatever practices you want to do, consuming content, playing with crystals, whatever the fuck it is. Yes, that comes next, but only once you feel better. First, address the emotions that feel stuck and frozen in you. Likely, scarcity manifests itself as like a nervous system freeze. You might feel quite anxious, you might feel frozen, you might feel tense. I'm already feeling stuff clear right now, actually. That's awesome. You're welcome, everybody. My body is a vessel for alchemy for you. And then once we move that energy, we can come back into a groundedness. We're like, okay. Hi, I'm safe. Yeah, it's all right. I have so many emotional alchemy tools. I've got some stuff on YouTube, and even if you go through my Instagram, dancing, sounding, breath, movement, getting into your hips, opening through, so many ways to address stuck emotion. Once you move through that fear of scarcity and you come back into a sense of groundedness, only then do you start attuning back. The swing starts to slow down and you're out of scarcity and you're moving back toward your alignment with abundance. So once you kind of come to that neutral ground, Megan, I love you so much too. Once you come back into that neutral space, then you can start on the roll with using your affirmations or tuning into a rampage or writing down all of your gratitudes. You can't get there from there, right? Honor the process. Don't try to rush it or force it. Okay? Financial freedom doesn't come from a bank account number. It doesn't come from you always flying in your high vibe. It comes from activating yourself as the energy alchemist, right? It's so much fun to be on the scarcity swing. So let's reframe that. The question that come from one of my beautiful friends that asked this around how to self-soothe in this process came from a place of wanting to avoid it altogether. Right? Because it's hard. It feels gross sometimes. It's icky if we don't know how to work with it. When we do know how to work with it and we can activate these emotional alchemy tools by using our body as the landing ground for where money comes through, we start to go to those places that feel tense and stuck, give them presence, move that energy, not move it that doesn't really make sense because, again, energy doesn't go anywhere. It just simply changes form. So shake it up, feel the fear, go all in, because otherwise that shit is going to be under the surface for you for the rest of your days until you turn toward it. If you really want to take these new leaps, these new expansions, upgrades, whatever the fuck you want to call them, you have to be willing to let those parts of you that are frozen and stuck in scarcity die along the way. Yeah. Only then can you increase your capacity to receive. Does that make sense? So, to summarize, to get off the scarcity swing, don't try to jump and leap straight toward feeling, fuck yeah, financially free. I'm in flow, everything's good. That is called spiritually bypassing. That is severing your consciousness from your body. When your nervous system is telling you, I'm scared, I'm freaking out, I don't know if I'm going to be safe here. Turn toward that energy that is present. Allow it to take up space, welcome it, move it, sound it, sing it, fuck it, make love to it, And then once you come into that more settled, soothed, neutral space, then you can start to tune back into the desire. Why do I need that money? How good would it feel to have that money? Not even have, because we don't really have it, but what would I circulate it on? Get excited, romance it like you would a lover, right? Become the magnet to that money, because now you have energy available to you to recode with prosperity, a feeling of like power and safety. Yum. Isn't that just so much fun? Okay, everybody, that was the last installment of our February Financial Freedom series, Mo Money Mondays. I can't wait to see you hanging on the gram again. I'm going to start doing weekly oracle readings soon because my oracle deck is almost ready. Thank you for tuning in, and you can watch this replay on YouTube again to let it soak on in. Thank you so much for those that were live, and I wish you only abundance and all the good feels. All right, I love you, rich bitches.